Hi there, and welcome to Cooosh. I'm at the Four Seasons Hotel, the West Cliff, with fellow YouTuber Oletilwe Mogashoa. Join us as we discuss financial health.
What does financial health, financial wealth mean to you? Okay, that's a beautiful question, Zamo. I think financial wellness is truly when someone lives within their financial means, right? Because finance is relative from everybody. I can't take my personal things and make them yours. So one needs to have a personal financial goal and set it, you know. So financial wellness means living a beautiful life but within your financial means, and actually making prudent decisions today that will put you in a good position in the future. How do you think women should plan safely towards their finances? Women need to make a conscious decision and realize that, you know, a man is not a financial plan, firstly. One needs to be realistic about their finances. And I think when you think about when we grew up, Zamo, like our mothers had stockpiles, our mothers had, you know, savings plans, and we need to adopt that culture of being prudent with our finances. Because the mistake that I see a lot of us women doing is trying to live this fashionable Instagram life and, you know, being light. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that if you can afford it. The danger is when you start using your future, you know, your future money to finance your current lifestyle. That's where the danger is. Simply because you want to be seen as likable or you want to be seen as fashionable. You know, there's nothing wrong with being trendy and nice. I like nice things, but I think it's very important that women take charge of their finances and start making like short, medium, and long-term plans and having emergency funds, for instance. You know, if your tire bursts or your geyser bursts, you know, I believe that a woman and a man should have those, you know, emergency funds and not use your credit card as an emergency fund. What are your thoughts on cashing out your retirement? Oh, that's such a good question. And I'm really passionate about, you know, that question because I made that mistake. I know a lot of people who cash out all their retirement or pension fund or provident fund to fund for a house or whatever, and while that plan may look like a viable plan in the beginning, you don't realize that you need to start over, right? So I've moved around and I have cashed in some of my provident fund, but without this knowledge, do you get what I'm trying to say? And then with my bonuses and stuff, I've had to put back. When everybody's gonna hear me says gonna have a chance doing holidays, I'm like, I need to be more prudent. I use my future finances to finance my current lifestyle, which was absolutely wrong. And also, I didn't realize that I'm losing out on the power of compounding interest. So, for instance, if we both had our retirement, you know, annuities or pension fund, and then you cash out and I don't, and I decide, okay, I'm going to use this money, and you're going to keep it, right? In 3 years' time, you would have had the power of compounding interest, whereas I have to start again. No matter how much money I put in, I've still lost out on compounding interest. So I don't think it's a very good idea to cash out on your retirement at all. If you can, just wait. If it's a project, as you were suggesting earlier on, sometimes, you know, life doesn't always pan out the way we hope it will. Some instances it does. As you said, like if it's a 6 months project and you know you're going to put it back, I guess 6 months is not that bad, but just don't get into the habit of using future funds to fund your current lifestyle. It's just not a good thing to do.
So most people, you know, like are not clued up on when to start planning for retirement. When do you think?
I would say as soon as possible. So some people start working at 22, 21, 24, 25. As soon as you start working, make some means of having a retirement plan in place and try and push it to the maximum as possible, because as you know, you want to get into the culture of living within that small amount rather than minimizing your provident fund percentage or pension fund percentage, whichever retirement plan that you're on, depending on which company that you work for. Don't get into the habit of having a really small percentage and having this net salary. Minimize your spending now, because you're going to reap the benefits and rewards in the future. Whereas if you get into the wrong sort of culture of spending your money, and when you look at your retirement plan, you might get a shock, and then you realize, oh crap, you know, I won't be able to retire at age 55. And stats show that you need about 17.5 times of your salary, right, cost to company now, to be able to live a comfortable life from the age of 55 when you decide to retire. So because you get into this is a lifestyle that you've set, you don't want now when you retire, when you decide to retire from age 55, whether it be 58, whatever, to be now downgrading because you tapped into your future funds to finance your current lifestyle right now. You want it to be the other way around.
How does one know if they're living beyond their means?
Okay, I think it's simple because the rule that I usually use is that I use the debit card test, right? It's my simple little thing, is that when I have to use my credit card to fund for something that I want, then it just simply means I can't afford it, right? If, for instance, a pair of shoes are 800 Rand and I use my debit card, that means I can use it, right? I can afford it. But if I have to tap into like somebody else's borrowed money for that thing that I'm dying to have, it simply means I just can't afford it. If you have to use your credit card to fund for something that you have to have now, then that should be an alarm bell to say, actually, do I really need this? Can I really afford this? Because if I could, then I'd use my debit card where my money and my salary usually comes into, instead of tapping into borrowed money where I have to pay a hefty interest of like 22-26%. So that's how I would say you should gauge whether you're living within or beyond your financial needs. Although with that said, I know a couple of friends where, you know, you earn more reward points if you put all your money into a credit card, you know. I mean, banks obviously encourage this behavior because they want to get you trapped. But I think if you put all your money in that instance, if you put all your salary into your credit card, just make sure you don't go beyond your actual money that you've put into your credit card, right? So I personally would like to keep them separate, my debit card and my credit card, because I know that I have a shoe fetish and that's my weakness. So that usually keeps me intact. But people who'd like to sort of gain the rewards of using a credit card, just make sure that the money that you put into your credit card, you don't exceed and go beyond that amount and start tapping into your credit card.
Thank you so much for joining us. If you have any tips on financial help, please do share down below. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Do also remember to check out Oletilwe's YouTube channel, Secrets to Success, by clicking the link above. Once again, thank you and see you in my next video.